Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to do the shell and puff stitch. Now to do this shell and puff stitch, I did it in a couple of different ways. This one I did the puff using 5 pull-throughs, pull up to make the puff, and I'll show you how to do that. But I also tried it with doing just 3. And let me get closer here. As you can see, the puff isn't as thick. And I started it down here. As you can see, these few rows here are with 3. And then up here you can see that they're much thicker. I'll put it in the middle here so you can see. See, this one is not as thick as, say, this one. So I did both just to see what it would look like, because the puffs weren't really showing up very thick. So I decided to go ahead and do it with the 5, but you can do either way. The multiples of this stitch is 8 plus 4. And what that means is that you'll be chaining in sets of 8, 8, 8, 8, 8 until you've got your project as wide as you want, and then do 4 more chains and you'll be ready to go. I used a 5mm hook because I was using 4-ply yarn. But you can use any size hook that your yarn calls for. This stitch can be done in any size ply yarn. But I used, like I said, 4-ply yarn, which is 10-ply for Australia, and a 5mm hook, which is a size H hook in the US. Okay, to begin, and I just got I did 3 sets of 8, 8, 8, and 8, and then I did my 4 chains, and then now I'm ready to start. So to begin, you want to skip 3 chains from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th chain you want to put 2 double crochets in there. 1 and 2. And those 3 skipped chains here will count as a double crochet. So you essentially have 3 double crochets here. Now you want to chain 1, skip again 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th chain you want to do a single crochet, and then again chain 1, then skip 3, 1, 2, 3. So in this 4th chain you want to do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Then you want to chain 1, and in that same stitch you want to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So you skipped 3, and then in that 4th chain here you put 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, all worked in that same stitch. And then you want to okay, now you want to skip 3 stitches again. Just want to make sure I don't need a chain after it. Nope, you don't chain after you get done with your shells here. So again, you're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th chain, again you'll do your single crochet, chain 1. The single crochet anchors down your shell here, so it actually kind of like pulls it down. So you have a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1 on either side. So again, you did your single crochet, chain 1, and then you'll repeat what you did just a minute ago, which is skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th chain you'll be working again 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And you'll repeat this over and over and over again. That's your pattern for the row. So I'm doing my 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then in the same stitch I'm doing 3 more double crochets. Oops. Then when you get done with your shell, again you'll skip 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yep, and in the fourth you'll anchor it down by doing your single crochet and then chain 1, and you'll do that all the way to the end. You'll have 4 chains left. 1, 2, 3. Again, you'll skip those 3, and in the fourth, the very last, you're going to be putting, I believe it's 3 double crochets. Yep, 3 double crochets worked in this last chain. 1, 2, and 3, and that is the end, and that's the end of row 1. Okay, for row 2, you're going to chain 1 and turn. Now you want to do a single crochet here in the very first stitch on the top of your first double crochet here. You're going to put a single crochet worked into that stitch. Then you want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to skip these next 2 double crochets, and you're going to find this single crochet, the one that's in between your shell and these beginning 3 double crochets. The single crochet here, and you're going to work your first puff in this stitch. To do a puff, I'm going to do like I showed you before. I'm going to make the thicker puff, so I'm going to yarn over, go into my single crochet, pull up a loop, and then I'm just going to pull up slightly, yarn over, go back into that stitch, pull up a loop. That's 2. You have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, go back in there again. That's 3. You should have 7 loops on your hook now. Yarn over, go in there again. That's 4. You should have 9 loops. Yarn over, go in there for the 5th time, pull up a loop, pull up just a bit. You should have 11 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through all those 11. Yeah, I go through all the 11 that I just did. Plus, I don't know if this is the typical way of doing it. I just like the look of it. I went ahead and I pulled through this loop also that's on my hook. So total, you'll be pulling through 12 loops. And then you want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to come over here to your shell where you have your 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and in this space here I'm going to put a single crochet. Then chain 3 again, 1, 2, and 3. Move over to your next single crochet and repeat your puff again. So remember, you're going to yarn over, go into the loop, go into the single crochet and pull up a loop. You're going to do that 5 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to pull through the 11 and then pull through that last 12th. And then chain 3 again, 1, 2, and 3. And then again, you're going to find that space, that chain 1 space, 3 double crochets on this side, chain 1, 3 double crochets in this space here, and you're going to do a single crochet there. And then you'll repeat that all the way down your row. So you'll be doing another chain 3, finding your next puff, your single crochet to do your puff stitch in. Go ahead and finish your row, and I'll show you how to end row 2. Okay. When you've done your last puff here, again, you're going to want to chain 3, and then you'll find your end, which is the chain 3 here, and you will find the top chain easier if you count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and then at the top of the chain, put a single crochet. And that's what your row 2 should look like when it's done. Okay, to begin row 3, you'll chain 1 and turn. And you'll be doing a single crochet in the beginning single crochet, the very first stitch of the row. And then you want to find this hole here that was made when you closed up your, I have this hair. Ow. When you closed up your puff stitch here, it created this hole on top. This is the hole that you're going to be using to now make your shells like we did here, which is 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. But you're going to be working those now on the top of your puff stitches. So your puff stitches will look like this, almost like they're attached. Well, they are attached, but it almost looks like it's, you know, one piece. It's pretty cool. Cool effect. And you get that by doing your shells on the top of the puff stitch. So I'm going to work my 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, then chain 1, go into that same stitch and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So once you've got your shell worked in there, then you're going to chain 1. You're going to find your single crochet here that you single crocheted in between your shell last time, and you're just going to single crochet in that single crochet. And then chain 1. Remember, you're always going to be chaining 1 after you get done with the shell, and then chaining 1 after you do your single crochet. So then you just repeat that for the row. You go to your next puff and start working your next shell of 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So I did 3 double crochets, chain 1, finish up my shell here, and don't forget, after every shell you want to chain 1, then single crochet into the single crochet, and then don't forget, chain 1 again, and then now you're ready to do your next shell. So continue that down your row, and I will show you how to end row 3. Okay, after your last shell of the row, you'll chain 1 like you always do, and you're going to find that last single crochet of the row and do a single crochet. And that's how the end of row 3 looks. Now for row 4, we're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then I'm going to turn, find that middle chain 1 in the center of your shell. So you have 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and you're going to single crochet in that space. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to find your next single crochet here, the one that's in between your 2 shells, and you're going to do a puff stitch in that. So it's 1, again you'll be yarning over and going in there 5 times. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull through all 11, and then that last loop on your hook, which would be 12 total, and then chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now find that next center of your shell and do a single crochet. And that's your repeat for this row. So again, you'll be chaining 3, doing your next puff stitch, chaining 3, then single crocheting in your chain 1 space here, chain 3 again, and I'll show you how to end your row. Okay, to end round 4, after you do your chain and your single crochet, you're going to go ahead and chain 3, just like you've done up to this point. After your single crochets, you chain 3, but now at the end you'll find this very last single crochet here, and you're going to put a double crochet in that last single crochet of the row, and that will end row 4. Now for row 5, you want to start off by chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3, and turn. Now in this top of the double crochet, you want to work 2 more double crochets, and the beginning chain 3 will count as a double crochet, So you'll have essentially 3 double crochets in this first. Now you want to chain 1 and you want to move, oh sorry, fighting with my yarn here. So after you do your 2 double crochets, chain 1, you'll do a single crochet in the top of your single crochet, and then you'll chain 1 again, move over to your puff, and then you'll work your shell then on top just like you did before of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, then chain 1, and then work 3 more double crochets to finish your shell. Just like you did before. After your shell, you'll chain 1, find the next single crochet, and single crochet. Chain 1, and then continue doing your shells down your row. Okay, after you've done your last single crochet of the row, don't forget to chain 1 afterwards, and now you're left with this chain 6. You want to go to the 3rd chain. So if you count over, if it's easier, 1, 2, 3, you can count here 1, 2, 3. This is the 3rd chain away from here. So you want to go 1, 2, and in this 3rd chain you'll work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, which is pretty much this row 1 that you did is pretty much what we did. Whoops, right there. As you can see, there's 3 double crochets here, 3 double crochets here. So basically we're back right up to round 2 again. So you want to repeat rows 2 through 5 over and over and over again until you reach your desired size. So that's it, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to like and share and comment down below if you have any questions. You can find the link to the pattern with pictures underneath the video. Also, you can find the link to my Facebook group. It's called Crochet for the Masses, where we share things that we've made, pictures of things that we made, ask questions, free links that we find that we like. So you can find that link down below. Feel free to come join the group. Also, if you're wondering what kind of hook I use, this is a furled wooden hook. It's really awesome because it's really light, so if you have a lot of problems with your hands cramping up, it's thicker here, which really helps with that, and the no weight because of the wood is really great. If you are interested in getting one of these, I recommend that you get it with the extended hook, because if not, then it comes with like a little hook here, and you couldn't do the clusters just like we did here. You wouldn't be able to do the stitch at all. So make sure that you order it with an extended hook. And you can find the link to that down in below in the description box as well. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching.